To the Independent, Paul, and it seems Boris Johnson wanted bigger fines for breaking lockdown rules, which would have one day cost whichever party donor he got to pay his.
Yeah, exactly. Boris Johnson wanted bigger fines for COVID rule breakers, inquiry reveals. So this is Boris Johnson, the famous, you remember Boris, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Our colleague.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll take it back.
Oh, he's not.
Had you forgotten already?
So Boris, he wanted higher fines for COVID rule breakers as he unwound the first lockdown back in August 2020, just weeks after his own rule breaking. And there's a fascinating piece in here from the lead counsel of the inquiry, which is Hugo Keith, KC, asked former Home Secretary Dame Priti Patel to put aside the crushing irony of Mr. Johnson's note. So, I mean, I'm not sure, it doesn't sound very professional of me. He's added his own emotion into the proceedings, which I think lends itself to what I'm about to say, because I think this inquiry is on a path to getting us absolutely nowhere. I mean, this stuff, I guess, is vaguely important, but I don't care. I don't think ultimately history cares whether the fines were higher or lower or took place, or whether Boris had cake or had a party. Now, I know that upsets a lot of people to say that, but I genuinely don't care about that. What I do care is about getting some value out of this particular inquiry, because we've got an opportunity now, whilst we're close enough to it in time, to look at what we could have done better. And the first thing we should look at, the first question we should ask, is do lockdowns work? And that seems to have been skirted round at every turn at the moment. And it's just not happening. So this story for me in The Independent is kind of not independent of thought, and it's just an opportunity to have a dig at Boris. And we already knew Boris was a bit of a wally. Sorry, mate.
Well, yeah, did he really want them? Did he just fancy it that morning when they asked him? I don't know.
Yeah. The trolley.
Well, you said earlier that you'd already forgotten things that were going on. I think this is all smoke and mirrors, all a filibuster so that we don't get to, exactly as you said, do lockdowns work? And every other day on Headliners we do a story about some other problem that happened because of the lockdowns.
And I don't think it matters whether you believe or don't believe in lockdowns. Lockdown was our only method until we got the vaccine to manage this. Now, did we need to? Because there was a massive economical and mental health impact because of the lockdowns. Did it work? Didn't it work? If there's evidence that it kind of worked, then maybe we would do it again. Not in my lifetime, but maybe we would. But, you know...
There are arguments that maybe we wouldn't have taken that path if that wasn't what China did, because you don't want to seem to be not copying the place that did it. There are arguments about doing it quicker, but shorter. And you're right, none of these questions are being asked. It's all about, what did Boris do? What's he like? What did Dominic Cummings... Which swear word was that? Oh, but the flip side would be, it's like a 5-part inquiry, and this is part 2 or something. By the time they get to episode 5, Miami Beach, they'll have run out of...
The COVID wives.
They'll accidentally ask good questions because they'll have run out of questions to ask.
I hope so,
right,
Steve.
Maybe. You know, you never know.